Hello, 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 and welcome back to Calm Before the Storm podcast. Welcome to season two, everybody. I
Welcome
am
back.
Woohoo!
You
welcome,
got to do the
welcome,
shimmy.
welcome.
Got to do the
Shimmy,
shimmy.
shimmy, 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 shimmy. For those
So
of you who don't
excited.
know, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Kimberly.
And welcome back to our season two. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being patient and waiting for us. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate everyone who's reached out. Like, where you guys at?
Mhm.
We are back. Here we
We're
are.
back. Yes. Did you
We're
miss us?
back
Did you miss
with some
us?
exciting things coming up. We're so excited.
Yes, super, super
Yes.
excited. How are you, ladies?
Good. Good. I'm not gonna lie, we needed that break. We all had a lot going on.
Yes,
So we're back and we're ready.
we're ready for
Yes.
action.
Yes, we had to take a break. Everybody had a lot of personal things going on, but we are
Hmm.
back and ready to go.
Yes,
Yes,
So,
we are.
what
it's
have
been
we missed, ladies? What have you been up to? How have you been?
I've been busy. My mom had surgery, so I was with her, taking care of her. She's doing better and moving around. And so,
Oh,
just playing the at home cooking, cleaning, that's a
Woo!
lot.
housewife duties. You was
The
domesticated.
domesticated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
How you like that?
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's okay some days, but after a while you be like, all right,
Yeah.
no
Right.
thanks.
Like I'm not the cook every day. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna
Mm-mm.
happen. Ain't gonna happen.
Same,
Yes.
same. Say what you want. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's why they
Right.
got takeout. So what you want?
Or you could
Yep.
cook yourself. I'm just saying, if you're
You
really
want to cook for us? Like that'd be
hungry.
great.
Hello.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
Mm-mm.
real.
And you, Kimberly, what you been up to, girl?
Same thing, taking care of just personal stuff, I have a lot of like medical stuff going on with a family member, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. My youngest daughter is graduating, so it's a lot of focus on that. Just being around for the kids and just life. So,
Hmm.
yes, it's been
Life
fun,
is
very
life.
family oriented.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, same. I've been, taking care of the family work. Um, my daughter's got their license now. We went from permit to license. Lord help me. No, I'm joking.
Right.
They are now seniors, so doing all that good
Congrats.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in between time while we was off, I did a couple of vacations. I did one with Kimberly. We got a
Mm-hmm.
lot to say about that today.
Yes, we do.
Um, things that are going on every day today, everything in pop culture, Diddy
Hmm.
Mm.
trial, all those. So we got a lot to say today, people.
Hmm.
Lots of cover.
I hope y'all ready for us.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
excited. I forgot to say I'm excited. It's prom season. So my
Mm-hmm.
godson he goes to prom this week. When this is, he goes to prom this Friday. So I'm excited because nowadays they go all out.
Yes. The prom send-offs that
They
I've
go
been
all
seeing.
Don't
Oh
even tell me about
my
it.
My
God.
friend, I was like, okay, let
Yes.
me get some of your money, because girl.
Hello. Yes.
Listen, I don't even one of my daughters went to prom with her boyfriend, and it was a whole send off that I was not expecting. I was like, what are we
Yes.
doing?
What
But
are we
Mhm.
okay,
doing?
this
Mm-hmm.
is the new thing. It's
It
Yes,
like,
it's
is.
like the brand name cars, the the big like I mean we used to have gowns, but I feel like now we basically wearing wedding gowns. Like
It's
yes,
extravagant. Like,
yes.
oh,
And I
I'm
don't
like,
understand. I feel like, how do you top that? Like if you start, if you setting your bar up here for them,
mm-hmm.
how do you keep up with that? What do you do now? So every time you got to top yourself because now you
mm-hmm,
can't go back.
mm-hmm,
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I have two more to go, and I don't even want to do all that. But it's
No,
mm-hmm.
like if you don't, it's like they're left out.
Right.
How do you keep up with the times? It's
Yes.
too much. It's too
I
much.
would
it,
It made me laugh because I don't know if Steph remembers my prom. My
I
prom was like
do.
the worst prom ever.
It wasn't, it was the
The leading
leading,
up to,
the
yeah, the
prom
Mm,
leading,
was good. It was the leading up to that was
yeah.
pretty hectic.
It was like
okay.
quick story. A neighbor of mine, she did my hair. We went to school together. We was in the same grade. We was going to prom together, limo, everything. She came and did my hair. I said, "Go, you know, I'm good. Go home so you could get ready." The limo came. She wasn't ready. I think an hour
Oh.
passed. She wasn't ready. The other people who was in the limo came. She still wasn't ready. All I know is I saw Stephanie go in her house, and I was like, "Oh, it's about to be over." was like, it's about to be over.
Yeah.
She was playing games. She was being very disrespectful. And I don't like when people abuse your kindness for weakness, number
Mm-hmm.
one, because Kim
Mm-hmm.
is very kind and
Yeah.
timid, and I
Mm-hmm.
am not.
Mm-hmm.
And we gave her a lot of grace. We gave
Mm-hmm.
her a lot of time. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. And
Right.
she was just disrespectful with it, like, in your face, I really don't care. This is what I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
do.
And then we
Oof.
left. She was in the limo talking craziness. We left to go pick up another person in our limo. No, we left without her because it was
Okay.
taking too
She
long.
chased y'all down.
She
I
chased us
remember.
down. Her mom blocked her mom blocked the limo. I called my mom like her mom's here. All I know is Steph came back again.
Oh my
I
God.
think it was Steph and my dad or something,
Yep.
and those two combined, you don't want that.
No,
No.
And
no,
I was like, oh my God. It was like that part was the worst that we got to prom late.
they did.
Wow.
They did.
Wow.
Hmm.
But you
Yeah.
had a good
Prom is a
time
lot.
after that.
Hmm.
You'll never forget it.
Never.
Right. Look at us how many years
Never.
later talking about it.
Hmm. Yeah. But
Yes.
anyways, I just had to bring that in. It's prom season. I'm
It is.
excited to see my godson off to his prom,
Mhm.
and then graduation comes after, so I'm excited for that. So yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Let's
Yes.
Yes.
get
Yes.
into our topics.
Let's do it.
Yes. So I wanted to talk about how our last episode we spoke on, if you guys don't know, we record ahead of time. And
Mhm.
sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we record a couple of shows. So sometimes we say things, thinking ahead of the game. And I
Mhm.
have learned, and I knew better. I knew
We
that
did.
you don't do those things. You don't speak before things actually happen, evil eye, whatever, haters, all that,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Things may not go as planned if you talk about it ahead of time.
Right.
And me and Kimberly decided to do that and
Hmm.
talk
What were
about our
we
trip
thinking?
to Costa Rica before we actually took it.
Mhm.
Hmm.
We won't be doing that anymore
Never
because
again.
we missed our flight, people.
We did. We missed
Yes,
our flight.
we missed our
The
flight.
unthinkable happened.
Dun 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 dun.
My passport walked out of my house with legs. It went missing hours before our flight.
Oh
Let's
Totally
my
be
God.
missing.
specific, like 2 hours before nah, let's give it 3.5.
Yeah, gone. Just
So
up
you gotta
out the house,
be
left.
at an airport 3 hours prior. And
Mhm.
of course we running a little late. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it caught up to us.
It
So
did.
imagine, the movies, how everybody's flinging everything in
Mhm.
the house. That's what we were
Mhm.
doing. Looking for
Literally,
the
we were doing that.
passport that we didn't
Hmm.
find.
Wait,
Still
so
till
you
this
saw
day.
it and you was like, okay, it's there. I'm good. And then it was like,
So,
where is it?
yeah, when I travel, I put my passport in the same place
Mhm.
all the time so that I
Mhm.
know that's the last thing to grab, walk out the door.
Mhm.
Always. And it wasn't there. Steph was like, let's go, wrap it up, grab our luggage. And I'm like, all right, let me just grab the passport. It was not there.
And the kids were like, we didn't.
Yeah, the kids were like, we had nothing to do with it. My kids weren't there, right? They were already
Mm.
with where they were going to be staying for the time I'd be in Costa
Mhm.
Rica. And it was like wee hours in the morning. So I'm literally calling the person that they're with. Can you wake them up and ask them? And they're like, are you serious? It's like 4 something in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, my passport is missing. But yeah, the passport went missing. I'm very OCD about my house and
Mhm.
like mess. Steph knows. And we threw cabinets, stuff out, all the stuff in the toy bins, all the stuff in the closets, drawers, under the bed. The house was a
Wow.
disaster. While we were supposed to be going through customs at that point, we were still home looking for the passport.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Gone.
But we got lucky. God got us,
Hmm.
and for some grace of God, we had an appointment. There was an available appointment. So if you ever miss your passport and you got
Yes.
a flight, they do emergency appointments. You just got to be lucky and get one. And for
Yep.
some reason, there was one appointment available, 45 minutes. Meanwhile, the place is an hour away, but we made it.
Yes, we did. We made it. We had
We
to
made
book a flight on the line so that we could show proof of a flight, and my passport was ready in 4 hours.
Wow. That's
and
amazing. I didn't know that. I didn't know that
Yes.
you could do that.
Yep.
yes, yes, you can. And we got
Downtown
very
Hudson
lucky.
Street. Yep. They always
Shout out to the
shout
passport
out to
people. We
them.
love you. Thank you for getting
Yes.
us there. We
They
appreciate
saved
it.
our lives. Yes. But we made it to
Needless to
Costa Rica.
say, we went and got drunk after we pick up the
Yes,
passport.
I'm
we
sure
did.
you would. Definitely need
Yes,
a drink for that one.
we did. We had several drinks. We hung out with my dad, who made it an amazing night. And Steph and I dragged the next morning like old ladies at the airport, but we made our flight. We slept on the flight, got to the hotel. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. We
Other than
had
that, the trip was amazing.
until it was time to come home. Steph, take it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
So we were ready to come home. We had already packed. We like did breakfast. We tried to
Hmm.
see the sunrise. So we were set. We were dressed ready. Our bags were ready. We were just chilling in the room. So I'm looking at the phone, like trying to check in. We getting the check-in things, but it's like giving us like an error message. So we're like,
Hmm.
we'll get to the airport. We get to the airport. They're looking for us. We're at the desk. They're looking. She's like, are you sure that's the number? And I'm like,
Hmm.
yep, yes, it is. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
She asked like
Here
three
you
different
go.
ways the same
Hmm.
question. Meanwhile, we're still getting please check in for your flight
Right.
emails, both of us. And
Hmm.
they're like, did you come on a different flight instead of your original? And we're like, oh yeah, we missed that one, but we rebooked. Same company, they know that we missed it. They know we got on a different flight.
Hmm.
But in case you don't know, if you don't make your original flight, if you book through like Expedia or places
Hmm.
like that, they cancel your return flight if you
Yep.
miss your first flight.
Yep.
And they don't, and it's in the contract, in the
Wait,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
when you changed your flight, they didn't say that.
no,
No.
no, they didn't
No.
say that.
They did not.
They told us that when we were trying to get back home.
Yes. Yeah. Hmm.
Like too
So
late.
they took
Yeah.
us off the flight. Now we're
Yes, they
stranded
did.
in Costa Rica. We're not we're like 40 minutes from the hotel that we were at. We
Hmm.
have to book another flight because they're not trying to hear us. They're like, nope,
No.
you got to buy one.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't get home. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So we had to purchase a flight right then and there. We had to
Hmm.
find a hotel that was literally across the street that we were staring at the flights take off
Oh my
and
Hmm.
God.
land. So
Yes.
it was the longest night ever because
Hmm.
we were so ready to go home and then there's nothing to do. It's not like you at a
No.
resort where it's just drinks,
Yeah.
whatever. No,
Now
this was
you're
like
definitely
your
paying for every little
regular
thing.
Yes.
schmegular hotel. They didn't even have a
Yep.
bar. It was just like your regular Holiday Inn. I don't even remember the
Yeah.
name.
Me either.
Um,
Wow.
with a window. That's what you could do. Stare outside.
And that's what we did. We stared outside. I mean, we went into town, but we got into town so late that we were like, okay, by the time sun sets, we need to be in the hotel. So we rushed our lunch and we're walking the streets, like watching our bag, like, okay, it's time to get back to the hotel. The sun is about to go down.
Yes.
Wow.
And then we
Well,
made it back home. But
thank
it
God
And we
was
y'all
made it
made it
back.
back safe. And
Yeah,
we had a
yeah,
good,
yeah.
other than those 2 days, we had a good time.
we had a great time.
Great time. Mm-hmm.
Good.
We relaxed. We did everything we said we were gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
but the craziness. So we've learned you never talk about things before it happens
No.
because
That's true.
you,
Mm-mm.
you
No.
stop doing it. Mm-mm,
hmm
never again.
Never again.
Um,
But I think we did great overall. I think a lot of people would
I've lost it.
fight and argue, and
Mm-hmm.
it would cause chaos amongst each other, but
Yeah.
we were so chill.
Yeah, we tag teamed it. It worked out so good. Yeah.
Yes.
how was
So,
everyone's Memorial Day? Because it's officially barbecue season.
what did I do?
Quiet. It was so
Okay.
It was
cold.
quiet.
It was cold
Cold.
and rainy, right?
hmm
Yeah.
Yes, it was
I
so cold and
worked
rainy.
not on the holiday. Um on the actual holiday we had like our cousins came over.
hmm
Um and we just chilled and talked to them, hung out with
Yeah.
them. They had just gotten engaged, so they were
Oh, nice.
Congratulations.
so
Congratulations.
congratulations, guys.
Yes, congrats.
Um, and that was it. It was quiet. It wasn't like your regular, it didn't
Mm-mm.
even feel like Memorial Day to me.
It
No,
Like
didn't. It
even
didn't.
no,
today,
Everywhere.
like
no.
lately, I mean, it's hot today, thank goodness, and
Hmm.
yesterday, but the week prior, it's been freezing outside. So
Yes,
No.
that's
it
what I was
doesn't
just
feel
gonna
like summer
say.
yet.
It was like the
No.
the heat just came out of nowhere. Like, whoa, I was like, oh
Yes.
my God.
Right. Yesterday, I'm like, I need to be outside. It's 90 something degrees. Like,
Yes.
this is a free day with like legit nothing. I need to go outside and like
That's like
take
my
in this
mom.
fresh
Like,
air.
y'all know my mom likes to be out, not like outside, like hanging out in the street. She just likes to be enjoying the weather. So, since she had surgery, I'm like, all right, well, let's go outside, sit outside on the porch and just get her some air. And she enjoyed that. Even like Memorial Day, we barbecued and my dad barbecued. I had to, prepare. And I don't do none of that. I'm like, what are
You
we
like,
doing?
wait, what is
Yeah,
happening?
like this is too much work. But
Yep.
everything came out good and she sat outside with us for a little bit, but she got to enjoy the weather. But I'm like, girl, it's too hot. And I don't do the bugs, so it's time to go inside.
She come out at night. She don't like to be outside.
No.
Hmm.
Um, so
No.
y'all, I don't know about y'all, but every morning I wake up, put my computer on, do my
Mm,
little Diddy trial
mm.
update,
Did he do
and
it?
Mm.
I
Did he do it?
and
Did
I'm
he
just
do
like
it?
waiting for the update to come in, and I'm like, oh my
Girl.
God.
The insanity is all I can say.
Oh my. And we talked about him in previous episodes as
Yep.
like having like a sex addiction, but like,
Hmm.
is it like a sex addiction? Like, I guess it is, right?
Now
It
I'm
is.
starting to look at it in a different
Yeah, like I'm like,
perspective.
Yes.
because it's not technically him, right?
Right.
But
Hmm.
I guess it still is because you're watching.
Right.
But it's crazy.
But it's like you're the ringleader, you're the watcher,
hmm
you're the
The
conductor,
producer, the
like
director,
everything.
the
What is
body
going on?
oiler. No, I'm
Every,
joking.
the diddler, the whole to do. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
He was
I'm
here.
like, one, like to hear Cassie, right? Like we all seen
Hmm.
Cassie, she was so timid and,
Yeah.
quiet. And to know what she was going through behind the scenes was like,
Hmm.
oh my God, you would never think.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I feel horrible that she had to live through that, to go through that, to experience that, which is insane. And you hear a lot of backlash of people like, oh, she loved it. Oh, this was what she was
Right.
into. Why, if she didn't like it, why she didn't just say no?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You won't even say no if someone gave you the wrong drink. You'd be like, it's good. I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so you are afraid of someone, you intimidated by him. I mean, clearly we've seen the video of him dragging her in a hotel,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and she stated in these in her testimony that she couldn't get away. Like even if it was him, he reached out to her mom. Like if you can't even get a safe haven with your parents,
Hmm.
where you
Yep.
running to? So you got no choice but to deal with it.
Hmm.
Right.
Like initially, did she get into it on her own? Probably,
She
but
felt, I mean, that's a lot of like the people who were like I think it was Cassie, and then now I'm reading like today, it's another lady, which I kind of think I know who she is, but I'm,
I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody knows.
yeah.
Even
Um,
Right.
even her baby daddy thinks he knows who it
yeah, we're not gonna, um,
is.
but she was just saying like she felt like he was good when he was good. Like it's just them two. He's just like this amazing person. So
Mm,
she wanted to make her partner happy. So she did
right.
what she did. And I'm like, that's a lot.
Could you? Could you though? Could you, if they asked you,
No,
um,
you ain't gotta finish your sentence.
she said don't even finish.
Like, nope.
No,
Mm-mm.
Like, hey babe, I wanna watch you.
Mm-mm.
no,
No.
Mm-mm.
What if they paid you?
nope.
I'm not finished.
Nope. $1 million?
What if someone paid you a
Nope.
million dollars? I'm not finished.
Okay,
A
okay.
million dollars, and they asked your husband if it was okay to have you for a night
You think you want to know what my husband would say?
for $1 million. I want to know
I don't
what
know.
would you would
He
you
might be
say
like, go
yes?
ahead.
Would you say yes? And what do you think he would say?
He might be like $1 million.
Girl, girl, you better go. You better go.
Well, that's me. I'm like, okay, that's $1 million. So maybe, yeah, you could have him for the night, but he got to come back. But he already answered the question. He was like, absolutely not. No. He was
my
already
my
making secondary questions. No.
my husband sold me off. He was like, "Bye.
You could take
What
off an
time you need
extra
me to
day.
pick you up? I'll be outside.
Make sure they come back with cash.
I need the money up
Yes.
front, though. I need the
Right.
money up front."
Yes. Hmm.
No, but
Yes.
it's been a lot
Well, and we
hearing.
just joking. We're
Yeah.
not making light of people's
No,
hurt and
not
trauma.
at
It's
all.
been a lot just hearing Cassie and having to go through that pregnant and everything. It was
Yep.
just too much.
I
It was
know.
A
I
too
felt
lot.
much.
really bad for her having to sit. Like
Yes.
And
this
then
is
her
what her
husband having to hear
pregnancy.
that it was
Oh
like,
my God. That was my thing. I'm like, he has to sit in this courtroom and like listen to her rehash like her whole like 20s,
mhm,
late teens to 20s with this individual who obviously they had a very public relationship, right?
mhm,
But he was his personal trainer at one point.
mhm,
So it was like, he was kind of privy to some things, but to know this was going on behind the scenes to his now wife, like
mhm.
that's traumatic for
Yeah.
both of
It
them.
is traumatic, and he's
Mm-hmm.
a great man for standing by
Yeah.
her. Because a lot of men ain't strong enough to do that. So
No, no, no,
kudos
no.
to
Mm-mm.
him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
He
then
saved her.
hearing the escort tell his side of the story, I was like,
Yes. Kid
okay.
Cudi,
Yeah.
the escort,
Hearing the
It's
security
a
guard,
lot of
oh,
yeah,
yes,
the
craziness.
yes,
I
security
mean,
guard saying like, he took the money.
yes,
I was like,
yes, yes. Oh my God.
I was
I
like,
just,
my
every
biggest
day
thing
is
is
something new.
why he over here rubbing rubbing stuff on his nipples. What are we doing, sir? What are you into?
I
no,
can't.
today the girl was like he would want pictures of because eventually she was like, oh, she didn't like the men he was choosing, so she said, can I choose the men? So she ended up choosing someone, and then he would want to see pictures or like video of the man. Like, why would you want to see another man naked?
Right. It, I- I've really been questioning, like, is this really like a mental issue or is it really a sexual addiction? Because
I
it's not
think
like
it's
he
both.
just,
Yeah,
me
I think it's
too, because
both
it's not like
too.
he just did it to one
Mm,
girlfriend, right? He did it to multiple. And then I'm like, I can't really put two and two together because there's just so much.
yeah, just like
But then Yeah, it's just
stories, you'd
like,
be
is
like,
this
what?
really a mental issue? Like, did you go through some type of sexual trauma when you were younger?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have this like short man syndrome that you weren't relevant? You had to make yourself relevant at some point. But
Mm-hmm.
then it's like the power, like
Is
it's
it
the
this? Is
power trip.
this the
They
problem?
compared it to
Mm-hmm.
a Tootsie Roll, okay? They compared it to a Tootsie Roll. I do remember that. That's like a
Yeah, I
rumor.
did see
And did
that.
y'all hear the rumor? I think it was released like yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's a vlogger. I don't remember his name. I do apologize, but I'll get it and put it in the comments. Stated that the mom was involved too. She used to save
Yes.
his semen and put it in the mac and cheese.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my God. I was like, I will never eat mac and cheese at nobody's house I don't really know ever again. I'm
Can't eat
done.
nothing now. You thinking about it.
I'm
I'm
done.
That
good.
is
I'm not hungry. Nope.
I don't want none of your
I
food.
ate
Thank
and
you.
drank before I got here. I'm
I
great. Thank
did.
you.
I
I'm
did.
like, it's just
Yeah.
crazy. Like, just hearing the stories, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I can't, every day, I'm like, I be in my room, like, what? Like, just
So
reading it, it's just like,
so
I
crazy.
can't.
Me too. It's a
I feel
lot.
like it's a form of control and like the
Same.
way, like
The
he just is,
abuse was just
Yep.
yes.
insane.
It's
hmm
such, like I think him watching them and making them, because ultimately you're making them, they're not enjoying
Right.
it at a
Right.
Mm-hmm.
certain. She voiced that she didn't like it. She
Mm-hmm.
did it because
She
she
hmm
wanted
didn't
when,
know how to say no.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could tell when someone's not enjoying it. You could tell, and you just
100%.
don't care. Like
You
you're
didn't
good.
care.
No, the
This is
girl
how you
say was
want it.
like, oh, I had told him at one point that I wasn't feeling the guy, and she was just like, next minute I know someone else is coming.
Oh my
I'm like
God.
that
Or
So
that
say,
scary.
that
right.
starts the sex trafficking because now you get
Right. You got
oh,
people on lineup.
hmm
Right. You have a lineup of
she said it
people.
was
That
like
is sex
one time it was like three
trafficking.
guys.
What the heck?
Which, first of all, the amount of time
Allegedly, because this is what they're saying, but
we're just reiterating what we heard.
yeah, it's just
Um,
I want to know who defense is gonna bring in. Like, who are
Me
y'all
too.
witnesses?
Right.
Who are
I
y'all
thought
witnesses?
I thought Miss Jane Doe herself was gonna be on their side, but she's
No, but
Me.
not.
when she started, she was like saying good things about him. So I'm like, girl, are you switching up right now? But then
Right.
it landed up going on to her telling her real story.
But
Yeah.
if allegedly, if Jane is who we think she is,
Hmm.
she went in the beginning to be there to sit at his trial, just
Hmm.
to be supportive. So it's like,
I think I'm confused at who I think Jane is. We
so
won't talk
we,
about it on air.
right, we'll
Hmm.
tell you later.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we could
Okay.
figure it out on Instagram.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay. Okay. Mm.
we'll tell you who it is later. But
Hmm.
she
Perfect.
she was going in looking like she was on his side, supporting him, and now
Okay.
you saying, I
Okay.
mean, this is her truth. I'm not saying
Hmm.
that it's
Right.
not, but it also makes me think like you actually are watching
Mm.
The testimony of
the
other people.
conflict within herself,
Mm.
Mm.
right, happening before your eyes. Like,
Right.
that's in the beginning I wanted to support him, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
here if allegedly this is who we think Jane is.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
now she's like reliving it and talking about it, and it's like, oh my God, I
Mm.
don't like this. Like, this isn't good for me.
Right.
Like, you seeing
Okay.
the mental switch up in her brain happen.
Mm.
And unfortunately, society doesn't think that that's okay. You can't
Hmm.
make a
Right.
mistake and say, hey,
Right.
no, that wasn't a good idea. No, you had to love it. You chose it, you
Yeah.
loved it. Deal with it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
It's
And
not.
then
crazy.
to watch his daughters there, I was just like,
The
uh,
daughters, the sons,
I
you
mean, the
know, I
sons are
have,
gonna support him either way. I
they're
think
definitely
they
gonna
just,
support him.
but to
Mhm.
watch his daughters there in the beginning, I was just like, they should
And
not
have
be
to
there.
listen to that nastiness,
Yeah,
because
they
they were
should
saying all
not be
kind of,
there. Right.
talking about peeing in her mouth in there.
Oh
Like, they
my
don't want to
God, I
hear
know.
that.
Mhm.
No, no.
Thank God they don't
N-
come anymore because
Yes,
now it's like I feel like it's gonna just get worse and worse now
it
because
is good. Yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
do you think now like from the beginning to now the prosecutor is building their case better? Because in the beginning I was like, I don't know where they're going with this.
Same.
I think he's gonna get off. That's how I was in
He's
the
good. So
beginning.
did I.
But
Yep.
now do you think
I'm still not sure.
okay.
Um,
Um,
Personally, for me, I don't. I would. I think he's not, he's doing a lot of things wrong. But when you look at it in the court of law and how they tell you to make a
yep,
decision,
Mm-hmm.
it's
yep.
hard for them to make that choice because it's like right now I feel like they are building a domestic. You just telling me how much he abused these women,
Yeah.
how much they had sex, and you also making it seem like they liked it because they did act like they liked it.
Mm-hmm.
They
That
released that.
is my confusion. Not
I
Right.
think the
confusion.
I think the RICO charge is definitely shown more within the past few days because
100%.
now you're seeing
Yes.
the other players come in.
Mm.
Yep.
Security, the butler. Today it was the butler. I was like the butler. She said he gave her some drugs that she got so high next minute she was laid out. The butler was on top of her,
Oh
allegedly.
my, oh
The
my God.
butler,
Wow.
the chief of staff, that
Whew.
lady. She's
Yes.
in
She crazy.
everything.
Yeah, she is in all.
And
She was cleaning up all the good stuff,
yeah,
allegedly.
Everything allegedly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Even
now
like
I think the
even with the
RICO charges is
assistant.
definitely
I
playing its part for sure.
I 100% agree.
The sex trafficking, I'm like, okay, y'all need to bring that in if y'all really,
They do, but I feel like his team is coming from the side of like they had a choice.
yeah.
Of course they know, right? If it was them on the stand or if it was a personal thing, they know we all have a choice. But then
Mm-hmm.
there comes a point where it's like I have a choice, but my life depends on it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you didn't hear this from multiple people because you're
Right.
hearing it from multiple people at this point. Like
Mm-hmm.
he would threaten your life.
And
He
you
Mm-hmm.
almost
visually saw it.
Mm-hmm.
yes, and he allegedly, tried to kill Kid Cudi allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the things that he like really did. So at first it was like, wow, they're really trying to come from the angle of, well, they had a choice. They're grown adults. Like they could
Yeah,
have
because
just
I
said
was
no
like,
and walked
all their
away.
questions, like, well, if
Yes,
he did that to you, then why did you come back? And I'm like,
right, right, right.
so,
So it's
but
Because
it's
you
yeah.
something to
isolated
watch.
them. You have not they have nothing to go back. The one that sticks out to me the most is that he asked her mom, Cassie's mom, to
Yep, for
wire him
money.
20,000 and she
Mm-hmm.
actually did.
She did. She
And
did.
she's a working woman, regular
Right.
job, like you don't need for anything. So if
No.
you are even threatening her parents, what is she
Right.
gonna do? Who do you call at that point? What do you say?
Mm-hmm.
Just to take it, just to send it back.
You
He
Mm-hmm.
have
made
to
that poor
you at that
woman.
point she had no choice but to stay because it's like,
Yeah,
what am I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's
And
so
to see the bruises
sad.
on her and just
Mm-hmm.
like you would never think she was going through
No,
that. Like
no.
hearing the girl that was on the witness, which defense I'm not I would say defense definitely got her in her lie, but I don't think it was a major lie. I just think she switched up the days. Where
Mm-hmm.
she said he had her over the balcony and then he threw her
Yes,
to the furniture. And then defense was like, but how can he be at two places at once if he was
once.
in New York at the concert? And I was like, girl, I was at that concert and that was on that day.
Oh my God.
So,
Oh
Right.
my
but
God.
it could have been like it happened prior
Mm-hmm.
to, and on that day she took a picture of her bruises.
Right.
She
Right.
probably just mixed it up. But they was
Correct.
like, well, are you sure it happened on this day? And it's like, first of all, being on the stand, like I don't know what that feels. I don't want to know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the
Right.
person looking at you. You know what I mean? You
Yep.
get nervous and all this
Yep.
stuff. Like,
It's
Taunting.
also traumatic. It's
It
mhm,
is
traumatic. Like when you
traumatic.
go through these traumatic experience, the brain is very powerful. You can turn it off. You
exactly.
don't have to
Yeah.
You
remember
don't want
any
to
of it.
remember that.
You don't want to remember it. And he
And
was
you will not
taunting with
if
the
you choose
Bible
to.
in the courtroom,
Mm-hmm.
like still in his like controlling space.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking at the like they were remember they said well they had mentioned it was I think it was on the shade room yesterday like they were already wanting to remove him from the
Yes.
Yes.
courtroom because he was looking at
The
the
jury.
jurors
Jury
Mm-hmm.
and
and
shaking his head.
yeah, shaking
Mm-hmm.
his head and then like he had the Bible he was taunting like the witnesses with the Bible and it was just like he's still in his element in your face taunting everyone in that courtroom like how can't you see through this man but He's innocent till he's proven
Yes.
guilty.
Let's see how that plays out.
Yes, we'll
I think it's
see.
crazy that everybody just went along with it and watched these women
Yes.
go
Me
through all this
Yes.
too.
trauma.
Me
The
too.
story
Yes.
of Cassie saying that, he beat her on the plane and no
Yes.
one did
No one did not.
anything.
Yep.
They just ignored her until it
It's
was over and then let me
crazy.
help you with your bruises.
Hmm.
No.
No,
No,
that's
believe him. It's okay. If they won't stand up to him,
right.
but she could
Right.
leave him. She had a
She
choice.
could
She had
she
a
could
Hmm.
just
choice.
leave.
Why couldn't she just get up and walk
Right.
away?
I
People are
can't
Yeah.
wait to
crazy.
see what the outcome
Yeah, I
is.
want to see what the outcome is. I want
I
to see
really
defense
do.
with their
Yep.
witnesses and,
Yep.
see how that plays out. So let's see. Like, I'm sure
Let's
we have a
see.
lot
I
more to
know,
cover.
I know. Chris
Um,
Brown is out of jail, ladies,
Thank
because I
you,
got
Jesus,
tickets to that
because I was
concert.
like, if
Thank you,
he don't
Lord.
come out, who's
Me
giving me my
too.
money
My
back?
money back. Me too. Where's my money, Breezy?
Like, I love you, but just give me my money.
Come
You
on,
can't
I
you
want
can't
my money
perform in
back.
jail for me. So
No. I want
No.
to see this. I want to see the gray sweatpants, buddy. Okay, and the little
Ah,
dance moves. Hello, sorry, sorry, babe, if you're watching, but no meet and greet,
it's
no meet and greet.
amazing. Let me tell you that. It's amazing. I saw it
Oh
before.
yes, girl. Yes, girl.
y'all getting in
Yeah,
trouble tonight.
I
But
know just a little
anyway,
bit.
Yeah, so Chris Brown's out of jail, thank God. So
Yes,
we can
thank the
go to our
Lord.
concert in August.
100%.
Tory Lane stabbed in jail. This all
Yes,
happened while we was
you
off.
took this right out of my mouth.
I
Oh,
oh, I have so many thoughts on that.
me
First of all,
too.
this smear campaign that they doing for Megan Thee Stallion, I think
Hmm.
is absolutely insane.
Right, because now it's like the security guard of the girl said it was actually her. Then you got a witness from the police camera saying that it was actually the girl. So it's like,
Mhm.
but Meg Thee Stallion is like, she's like, no, it was him. So I'm like, I don't know what to
They went to
believe.
trial. They went through a whole thing. You were found guilty, and don't.
But
I mean,
I
oh,
don't know. I don't know.
I
I'm
want to
just
be the
saying.
one on this podcast to be like pew 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 pew. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I
I
do
don't know.
have
I'm in the
I
middle
have a
because I don't
lot of
know.
questions from the
about all of
trial.
it.
All
Yes.
I really have a lot of questions during the trial, right? I really did have a lot of questions, but I also now with all this coming out, I feel cuz she stayed in her truth, right? But so has he. He has
Hmm.
not budged. He has not budged with
Hmm.
what really happened that night, right? He hasn't budged either. He got stabbed 14 times. He's took, they gave him 10 years, The sad thing for me is somebody's lying. I'm
Yeah.
not going to start a smear campaign. I do have my own personal thoughts. Someone is lying, and I think with everything that's going on, I don't think it happened the way we have been presented with how it happened. My
Yeah.
personal opinion.
I'm in the middle because I remember hearing the phone call between him and her
Mhm.
ex-friend, and it was
Yep.
basically sounding like he did it. So that's why I was like,
Mhm.
okay, it had to be him. But
Mhm.
now I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No
There's
idea.
so
And my
much.
other question is, why would you not come at your ex-friend
Hmm.
and not and just him?
Yes,
Right.
that's
No.
my question.
It was
But
like
Never
she
he
just
just met
stopped
once.
being
both
friends with
of
her
you.
and
Yes.
didn't just let her go with
Nothing.
no issue,
Yeah.
which
She
is
was
So
involved in the whole
weird.
altercation too. Yeah, that was so weird to
Yeah.
me. So weird to
yeah.
So
me.
lots of questions there.
Lots of questions
I
there.
just feel
So
like
many.
it's just a lot. It's so confusing. It's a lot. It's also like
I agree.
this is the part where it gets crazy. Like if
Yep.
you are abused, then
Yep.
people second guess you because it's like,
Yes.
well, he said he didn't do it, so we got to believe him.
Hmm.
Right.
And she
Right.
said she did it, so we got to believe her. So it's like so hard to
Yeah, right.
be
And then the
careful who you
trial.
sleep with, people. Be
Seriously, be careful who
careful who
just
you
even your
choose to
friends
Yeah.
sleep
spend your
with, roll
energy
with,
and
spend your time
time
with.
with
Yes. Yes.
because people are shady.
People are shady. Not everybody makes it to Costa Rica when your passport walks out your house, okay? Just saying.
Oh. Wait, so guys, so remember I said we wanted to see Beyonce and we wasn't sure we wanted to see her because it was the cowboy. Carter
Mm.
tour and we didn't know it was just all cowboy. It's not, and I wish we would have got the ticket.
Same.
Oh,
I
right.
know.
I
I
wish
Me
we
know.
would have got
too.
the tickets because it looked
Oh,
amazing. I'm
so
Mhm.
good.
loving Blue in it. Blue
Blue,
is
me
killing
She
it.
too.
is.
She is
She
doing the
is.
damn thing. Yes,
She's
I
a
agree.
mini
Killing it. I love
Beyonce.
it.
She is.
We definitely not missing the next one. I don't know what
We
it
will
is.
not.
I don't
I don't
care.
care what the album
I
is.
don't
I'm
care
telling
if
y'all
it's in
right now.
Spanish and I don't understand.
Same here, girl.
We're
I
going.
don't care. Okay.
We're
It
going.
could be instrumental. I'm there. She could just play a violin on stage. We in there. As long as Blue is dancing, we're
Yes,
there.
I love it. Now she got the sass and she's like all. I
Feeling
love
Yes.
it. I
herself.
love
I
it.
All
love this.
confident. I love it too. She looks just like her mama. I was
She
like, this girl
does.
went from looking like her dad, and she is a
Hmm.
splitting image of her mama. And
Hmm.
she's doing so good.
I love
She
it.
is.
And
She
Rumi, she cracks me up. When she
Yes.
comes out, she's
Yeah.
so excited. I love it.
You're
I'm
so
like, they're so
excited.
She's
cute.
the sassy one for real.
Yeah.
She
She
really
looking at her
is.
sister like, excuse me, it's my time.
Like,
She's like, why are you
hello, this is
grabbing me? Hold
me.
on.
Yeah, it's like, I need to move out of the
Get
way.
your
Don't
hand
touch
off.
me.
Don't touch. True
So
sisters.
good.
No,
Very,
but
very much so.
it looks like an amazing show.
It
I be
does.
watching it on TikTok, like people be live, and I just be
Yes.
like watching it.
Part of the show.
Yes. FOMO right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Same.
So next time.
That's
Next
right.
time.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else we got?
Yes.
Have y'all
So
been watching Basketball Wives?
Oh my God. Yes, I have caught up.
You
I
caught
have
up?
not. I've
Yes,
seen
I have.
snippets.
Yeah. So Evelyn and Jennifer are at it again.
They
Are
definitely
at it
are.
again.
But this time it's crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, Jennifer got married.
Mm-hmm.
She's married to her husband. Well, okay.
Allegedly.
So when the
Sorry.
season started, we was like, oh, she got married, right? She got
Married.
married.
Mm-hmm.
And then Evelyn was like, by the time before when it started, it was like, oh yeah, she got married. Then when it ended, it was like, she ain't even married for real. And I'm like,
That part. She's not.
That part.
well,
It's
now she is.
public record. She
Well,
was
now
like, check it, it's
today she
public
is,
record.
but
Today she is, yes. So
Oh.
she had to go
Oh,
and
so we
handle that.
lied
like
first.
three episodes later, she got married in Las Vegas.
Yes, she did in Vegas. Yep.
Oh. Okay.
But
Yeah.
apparently, Evelyn's saying that Jennifer's husband is allegedly a scammer, and
Yes, I
Hmm.
heard that.
she,
Yeah.
her Evelyn's ex, fiance, his
Hmm.
cousin got scammed by Jennifer's husband.
Yeah.
So it was like a whole big thing, and it's this. It came to the point where then Jennifer was like, "Oh, but your daughter's what is his son's your daughter's
Your
son's
baby
baby
daddy.
father, yeah,
Right. Your
your
baby
baby."
daddy is a
Mad confusing.
convict too.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
Convicted
a
felon. But
whatever.
Yeah.
So, do you think that's wrong? Like, do you think at a certain age, right? To me,
Hmm.
no. You're my child. You're my child forever.
Hmm.
I don't care. I could be 80 years old. You could be 60. I'm a
Hmm. I'm gonna
I'm
still
gonna
kick
defend
someone in
you.
your throat if they
So,
exactly. I'm gonna kick you in your
right.
throat. Hmm.
So, and then Jennifer doesn't have any kids, so it's like you real stuck at the mouth with that.
Correct.
leave
I
my kid
agree.
out of it.
Yeah, she crossed the line.
Because now
Leave.
you disrespecting my child and
Right.
my grandson.
Exactly. And
Right.
that's why Evelyn went full throttle because she was like, that's it. Like I've had it. And she warned her. She
Mm-hmm.
warned her seasons ago. And
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer did it again and again and kept apologizing,
She's
Mm-hmm.
apologizing.
been
And
coming at her daughter for
now,
years.
Yes.
yeah, now she just threw the daughter and the son, the grandson. And it was just
Mm-hmm.
like there's no holds bar at this point.
And she thinks she's throwing shade at her by saying she's a grandma.
She's not.
She's proud to
Girl,
be a
Mm-hmm.
grandma.
very
You're not hurting
proud.
her feelings. Like, yes,
No.
I am.
She's
I
enjoying
am. Thank
grandmahood.
you.
Yes, it looks good on her. You go, girl.
Yes.
And then the Jennifer's husband aunt is involved, and I'm like, what is happening?
Too
Um,
much.
I think
do
it's for
you
TV. One,
Hmm.
probably?
I think a lot of it is for ratings. They got she wasn't relevant on the show before. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
like
There was no
they kind of
storyline.
phased her out. She didn't really have a
Hmm.
storyline. She was very like quiet, try to stay
Hmm.
out of the drama, and that didn't
Right.
work. That doesn't pay you. You got to bring the
No,
drama for
you
them to
gotta
want to
bring the
keep
I mean, I was
coming
happy
drama.
on
that
there.
last season that they mended their friendship. Like
Same.
Evelyn was really like happy,
Yeah.
like we're good now. You apologize to my daughter. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's just like this happened. And she's like, I'm just looking out for you. At the end of the day, you want to be with the man, you be with the man. I'm just telling you,
Right.
this is what's going on. I don't want it
Right.
to affect you,
Mm-hmm.
in the
But
long
did
run.
she tell her privately or did she tell her on TV?
I think it was it was recorded. I don't know, she told someone else. And so Jennifer got upset that she overheard her say it.
I would get
That
upset
started,
with
yeah,
that
that
too, though.
started it.
Like, come directly to me. Don't tell everybody else about my
Yeah.
husband. Come tell me. I'm gonna be mad
Well,
about that.
And
she
then,
tried
yeah,
to. She
she did.
tried to
She
go
tried
to
to reach out
Jennifer
to her, yeah.
herself. Jennifer just ignored her, ignored her,
Oh,
ignored her,
okay.
Hmm.
ignored her. And then finally, someone, like it happened where Evelyn should have been somewhere but couldn't be there. So the person was like, well, what happened? And then it was like, well, it didn't matter anyway because I really wasn't for the union anyway because this took place. So it
Hmm.
was kind of like she tried. And then it just came about like, well, you weren't there. Why weren't you there? And it was like, well, I wasn't there because of this, but I really wasn't there because I didn't want to support this. So it's
Hmm.
not like she was bonchinchando. It was
Hmm.
more like, I tried.
Gossiping for those who don't know what that means.
She tried. It's I was gonna say something, but yeah, she
Yeah.
tried. She tried.
She
She did.
tried. But
So, okay,
it wasn't how Jennifer wanted her to approach
Correct.
it with.
Right.
but as a friend, right? Like, let's say let's just put yourself in that
Mm-hmm.
instance. If someone wanted to tell you about your husband, your partner,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you're not trying to hear them, you're not giving them, because that's what she was doing. She was avoiding her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take that as a message like, I'm gonna mind my business, she don't want to know? Or do you continue and force the issue and say, I'm gonna, regardless of how I'm gonna get it out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get it out? What do you
I'm
do?
kind of I'm kind of conflicted because I feel like, right, I'm just using us three as an example. Me and Steph are really, really close, right? So if I know something about Kim's husband and I tried to reach out to Kim, like,
Mhm.
girl, whatever, whatever, and she just ignored my messages. I call, nothing, show up to the house, like, hey, girl, we need to talk. Like, she don't got the time for me. And I call Steph to vent.
Mhm.
Me and you have that relationship where you're my shoulder to lean on to vent.
Mhm.
That's how it happened. She was
Mhm.
Okay.
venting to someone who
Mhm.
I guess she trusted, but she was still mic'd.
Yeah.
So they
Ah,
picked up on it. And
okay.
Mhm.
then so that's why Evelyn started sharing all the text messages because she's like, I
Yeah.
was trying here, but this is a mutual friend.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I would not want, if I asked a friend not to do it, I definitely wouldn't want you to do it on TV. Obviously not. No,
No, no.
no.
Okay.
Mhm.
I could understand that. If we all
Yeah.
friends and one ain't like, sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
gotta bring it to the other person. Like, look, we need to
Right.
talk and get them.
Right. Right.
At the end of the day, she'd be like, "Okay, thank you for letting me know." That's all you could do, and
Right.
then just let her be.
That's
She's gonna
it.
do what she want to do. If it comes
She
back
gonna
to her,
do,
it comes back
that's
to her.
right. Right.
Yes.
So,
And I also think it's just way too much explaining. I'm sorry. Her
100%.
husband. Why are you explaining yourself? You a grown ass man.
first of
Right.
all, the man, he's like more on the show, and people in the comments like, "Oh, he just wants to be a basketball wife." That's like,
Right.
That's why I'm like, it's a storyline. There's
It
no
is.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You explaining yourself to somebody. Listen,
so
I heard what you
much.
said. Thank you. And that's
Right.
not the case, but I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm
That's
good.
it. I don't have nothing I want to tell you. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm not explaining myself to nobody.
No. Mm-mm.
crazy,
That's
Yep.
insane.
crazy, crazy.
But yes,
But
we are
yeah.
caught up on the basketball
We
wives.
are caught up on a lot.
Diddy.
This was some
I
good
mean, Diddy will
drama.
continue on and we'll keep
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll keep
we'll
you up.
up.
keep you up.
Father's
Mm-hmm.
Day is
Um,
this weekend, ladies. Father's Day is
Happy
this
Father's Day to
weekend.
all the fathers,
Yes.
happy Father's
Happy
Day. We love
Father's
you.
Day.
the
We love
borrowed
you.
fathers, the
Yes.
mother fathers.
The mother fathers. We always say the dog moms, so let's say the
And
dog
the
dads
dog
too.
dads.
Dog daddies.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Go daddies.
Shout out to our daddies. Definitely our daddies. Love
Mm,
them to pieces.
We do.
yes,
We
yes, we
do.
Yes.
We
do.
appreciate all of you.
100%.
Um, yes. I feel like we missed a lot. We caught up on a lot.
Yes. Yes.
But yes, we have exciting things happening. Um,
Hmm.
and we're excited for you guys to watch.
Yep.
Yep. We're gonna
Um,
keep coming back with some new stuff. We'll keep you updated on how we feel about Diddy because that's just gonna continue on.
yes.
Yes.
You'll get our little input from that as we go along.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are excited to be back. We're gonna
So
come
happy.
every week with something fun and new.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If you've missed all our shows, definitely go catch up on them.
That's
Yes,
right.
please
Oh, I
do.
miss this little trio. Oh, this is giving me life.
Anybody got a quote for today?
I
Yeah.
do. In honor of Father's Day, it's called a father's love. A father is respected because he gives his children leadership, appreciated because he gives his children care, valued because he gives his children time, loved because he gives his children the one thing they treasure the most, himself, and
Mm,
is unknown. It's a good quote. I wish I know who
that's
wrote
a
it.
great one. Yes.
But again, happy Father's Day to all the amazing dads, the
Happy
stepdads, the
Father's Day.
grandfathers, the godfathers, everybody.
Yes. Everybody.
All them daddies.
All the
All them
daddies.
daddies.
Yes. Happy
Happy
Father's
Father's Day.
Day.
Yes.
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 All right, so I'm gonna close it up, ladies.
Okay.
Everyone, thank you again for watching. If you missed our last season, just go ahead on our social media at Calm Before the Storm podcast. If you want to give us some things to talk about, you have any questions, concerns, just things you want to talk to us about, you can email us at thecalmbeforethe storm@gmail.com. So go catch up, go watch the other episodes, and we're happy to be back. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.